Hello, Apollo 11 Houston. We recommend you accept the now 49. Continue through your sequence of sightings, and then we'll analyze the data afterwards. Over. You're okay.
But don't worry, Scorch and Kickenbeans will be back later. They're off exploring the mainframe and kind of got a little lost. So, with the original crew, how are we doing today?
Doing good.
Doing
there's
good, man.
there's sex robot news in this week's podcast, so I'm excited.
And at some point, we gotta talk about the travesty that was Borderlands, the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a big one.
So this week, instead of
I
the
think we
list of
have-
topics we have, we're probably just going to talk about those two.
Well, let's get through a couple quick ones first. So let's do. Nah, we'll wait on sex robot. Make them wait.
Well, speaking of, why don't we talk about the Borderlands 4 preview or trailer they came out
Yeah.
with?
I have an issue with it.
Okay. What's your issue?
Okay, so
That they don't show anything?
no, they show enough for me to have a problem. My big issue is that it's cool they're making Borderlands 4. They're trying to rebuff the tragedy that was Borderlands the movie, but also like it doesn't look cell shaded, and that's kind of what made Borderlands Borderlands.
I mean, I figured you might be happier with that. Means you can actually finally play an entire full Borderlands game.
They
That
haven't
is true.
they haven't been good since pre-sequel.
I mean, they're still fun to play. It's just it for the basic core of the game. It's still a good time.
I agree with that.
And I'm gonna enjoy it. And even if it's not cell shaded, I'll appreciate that. I'll still like really enjoy playing it.
And it will unlock like a lot of accessibility because I know I think 2 and 3 they added what was called smooth frames, which was a way to like help the migraines and headaches that people got. But just
Mhm.
kind of, though I love the cell shading, wow. I think it'll just be a whole lot better of an experience for a lot more people.
Be right back. I can hear you
I
guys.
mean, you're good. I liked the cell shading, and honestly, going back and playing it yesterday, with Kickin and Yupo,
Mhm.
I think I'm ready for a non-cell shaded Borderlands game because
It needs an
looked
update.
it looked dated.
Yeah.
And even to me, new cell shading looks kind of dated. You're still looking that it's still that supposed to mimic that retro, old school gaming look.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's other ways to do that in the game itself. You can still have that retro futurist or retro gaming feel.
Right, you don't need to make the whole game look like a comic book the entire way through. And they literally made comic books into games with some of the what is it, the Wolves Among Us,
Oh, the Wolf Among Us, yeah.
yeah, those like chapter based cell
Mhm.
shade games. Literally, you were just playing through a comic book, and
Mhm.
I did that in the 90s.
Yeah. Honestly, the best example I can think of, besides the Wolf Among Us, for it is kind of like some of the Fallout games with the Pip-Boy. It's like it still gave you that like old school kind of vibe, but it wasn't like an egregious texture or something.
Yeah, I agree. Or even like, have you ever played any of the Yakuza games?
Yeah,
Oh, those are so
I
good.
love them. I'm gonna
Like,
re-download all of them off of Game Pass. Thank you, Game Pass.
there's like at least 10 to 15 mini games, and some of them are licensed Sega games that you can actually play on the damn game. So like shit like that. You want to be nostalgic? Go to the arcade. They got like Sonic 2,
Nice.
but then the rest of the game is nice graphics. You're fucking off doing weird shit. They are weird games, but they are a blast to play.
No, so all right. I know the history of Borderlands. The whole
Mhm.
reason it was cell shaded is because it was originally done up like a Call of Duty game. and then the last hour they changed everything to cell shading because it didn't what's the term? It didn't review well before they did the cell shading. So it's effectively the same game. They just changed the skins and the color palette. And them going back to a non-cell shaded game tells me that either that story needs to be baller, unlike the movie, or it's going to be a flop.
Or people's tastes have changed, honestly, you
And-
know.
But also, here's my kind of like quip on that one against it. When the original 2 Borderlands, well, like 4 fucking Borderlands games came out, it was in a time where the cell shading made it look better than most games. Because graphics still hadn't really come that far.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that, but they have a niche and they need to stick with their niche.
I think right now they're trying to get anything after the travesty of the movie.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the movie. I'm
Oh,
assuming
God.
you watched it based on the perfectly legal, not totally pirated YouTube version I sent everybody.
I watched it, but I fell asleep twice.
Yeah, it was a rough
You're
one.
lucky. You're lucky you fell
But I
asleep.
did wake up and I just powered through the rest of it. And it was bad.
From coming from someone that's never played the game more than an hour, because I get terrible migraines when games are cell shaded. I going into that with no knowledge of Borderlands, no knowledge of the story, no knowledge of the characters. It was a fucking fever dream. just straight up a fever dream.
I mean, that's how the games are too, though.
But-
And they're more so the deeper you get into the game. So you may not have seen it.
Yeah, but there's a difference between the good Fever Dream, which is the Borderlands game, and the movie, which, in my opinion, the only thing they got correct was the name of the characters.
Yeah, it was like introduce character, no plot, no background, no history. Introduce next character, no plot, no background, no history. Those two characters are at odds. Now they're friends. Now they're mad. And it's like, why? Why do I give a shit about either of these two characters?
Yeah.
And then they're like,
Also-
third character, girl with bunny ears. You're just
Tiny
like, what?
Tina.
Who fucking
Okay.
cares?
Who
The
didn't
wor-
even act like Tiny Tina from the game. Complete different personality. And I agree, it was definitely not Jack Black as Claptrap.
Yeah, that was the
No,
one thing.
I don't think it was. I agree with you. It wasn't his voice. I've seen Jack Black be funnier in movies where he's not supposed to be funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I
blame
agree
the
with
writers
that.
for that. That, and I'm just gonna keep. It doesn't matter if you watched it. Great. If you don't, it's fine.
Don't watch it.
Spoilers. In the end credit scene for the splash screen, there is, I want to say, 2 to 3 characters that got their own solo splash screen that had like a line. There was that, I forget her name, but she's like the leader of the Red Lance that got shot because like miraculous. She's like, you know what? No, I side with you, and then got obliterated.
Yeah, she
And
had
then there was-
5 lines and got a whole splash screen explaining
Yeah.
her character, and it was it's
Yeah,
stupid.
the worst was Crom. Dude had half a line, which was morely just of him like laughing when he cracked, Krieg's mask in half, and then got dumpstered, and he got his whole thing. And then Lilith's mom, who was like fucking practically just like a Star Wars appearance. And it was like, okay.
And Lilith, that was terrible character development. Terrible character in the movie.
So
Great story in the game.
another
yeah.
big gripe I have is if you feel the need to rewatch it and check my work,
Don't.
pause it at full CGI scenes, like the car race or when they're showing the town from like a drone view. It looks like something out of Nintendo 64. That's how shitty those graphics are.
I mean, the
I
fucking
thought it was like a Duke Nukem thing.
the fire graphics alone look like something from a late 90s fucking attempt
Yeah.
at CGI.
This movie's a travesty.
Do you
It
think
was so bad?
do you think any of the writers or directors or producers played any of the games?
I think Kevin Hart played the games.
Was he a writer, director, or producer?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think the only reason 5'3" Kevin Hart got to play a 6'7" character was because he's played the games.
But
Oh, poor Kevin Hart.
I'm sorry, man. Seeing Kevin Hart try to play a serious role and be like this badass, military dude just didn't feel right.
You know what they should have done? And this is completely plausible.
Should've
Kevin
got The
Hart.
Rock.
Kevin Hart is Claptrap. The Rock is Kevin Hart's character. Give him a spray tan. Give him a goatee. Send it. He's in a beret the entire movie anyway. Fuck it. You don't need hair.
I think that would have worked out better.
And then you can
I
smell
think
what The
they-
Rock is cooking.
I don't think they could have afforded both of them.
And
Like,
I
I
think
honest to God think they had like a $2 million budget
And
from
I
the way
think
they
if-
made this movie.
$130 million movie.
Yeah.
it is a $130 million movie. That's what was their budget,
they-
which is still pretty
they-
low.
Yeah, did they just wipe their ass with 128 million?
Like, now here's my thing: if The Rock was the big commando, and Kevin Hart was Claptrap, I think that would have been made for a much better time.
$118 million before marketing.
Jesus.
Just hot fucking garbage. That entire movie was hot garbage. I don't even have any like love or support for the Borderlands. It was a travesty. I would rather watch the second Mortal Kombat movie over again.
Oh, God, that I don't know if we can say that.
Somebody just had
I don't
core
know.
memory unlocked.
You mean Annihilation?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now we got to watch The Crow and hate on it.
No,
Oh,
I can only handle so many shitty movies a year. Can we
Hey,
just
that is-
keep it to
hey.
Borderlands?
I repented. I made you watch Clerks last night.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
fair.
You repented, but the damage is still there. There ain't no. This isn't like any religion where you can pay the cleric or whoever it is, and you get sent to heaven and goodwill. No, still remember that shitty movie. But Clerks was great. I now understand some of the jokes
Dude,
you guys make.
Dude,
At least The Crow will be like a different style of movie.
A different shit.
he's only the Crow for the last 20 minutes.
What?
It's all about his girlfriend.
He's only
Who-
the Crow for the last 20 minutes. It takes his girlfriend 41 minutes to die.
That was the first scene in the original movie.
That should be the
Exactly.
first scene in all the movies.
They shouldn't have remade the Crow. I'm sorry. They
They
did not
shouldn't
need to
have made
remake
it
the
2
Crow.
and 3, but they did.
Wait, there's a Crow 2 and 3? I just left it as
I'm pretty sure
first.
there's a 4, my dude.
I've seen 2 and 3. They're not terrible movies. It's hard to follow up Brandon Lee. But yeah,
They're watchable.
they're watchable. I'm
Unlike
I'm gonna need
the
some-
new Crow.
I'm gonna need some heavy whiskey to watch the new Crow.
You know, that might be the one time you ask me, "Hey, would you like to come watch a movie?" I might say no.
That's fair.
To be fair.
Just have a couple drinks and watch it. Everything's more fun when you're a little drunk.
Not
Maybe
wrong.
not 41 minutes of someone that should have died in the first scene dying, but
The
I
fact
mean,
the fact that his girlfriend has more than 4 lines in the movie angers me. And I'm not trying to be like misogynistic. She should have 4 lines, and 3 of them should be flashbacks before she dies, and 1 of them should be her ghost.
yeah.
I mean, the whole story of the movie was him avenging his girlfriend.
I don't think he even does that in the movie. I think the ending was super stupid.
I mean, and here's the thing: if it's not super weird and cringy the entire way, like most of the way through, I don't want it.
The thing, so I've watched 2 reviews. Shout out to Critical Drinker. And it's just he's got the same arguments we do. The girl's alive too long. There's like 30 minutes of them being like becoming a relationship and all this stuff, and I was like, this should be fucking flashbacks. and then he
Right.
makes a deal with some demon or
Chronos.
something.
Kronos, the god of time.
Sure.
Mhm.
And he's still not the crow. He's Crow Light. And then he dies, and then a crow shows up and makes him the crow. And then
In
he
fact-
sacrifices himself to bring his girlfriend back, which is not the purpose of the movie. It's supposed to be like a
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet. Both of them are supposed to be dead at the end of the movie. It's like the entire fucking purpose of the movie.
After lots of blood and gore and murder.
Yeah. They don't even have a
I
cool
mean-
black dude with knives. Yeah. Or fucking Big Lot Sephiroth. Like,
Big Lot Sephiroth. That's great.
With the chick who likes to gouge out eyeballs.
yeah, Sephiroth's not even fucking his sister in this movie. It's a travesty.
Yeah, that's fair. I forgot about that part of that movie.
I just made my significant other watch it like a month and a half ago. So it's real
Still
fresh in my head.
Fair enough. Still a great movie though, and I didn't want them to do a remake or a rebrand or anything like that. And while I give the Skarsgård family phenomenal acting credits, this isn't one he should have picked up. I don't
No.
think.
How do you go from playing the best It in any rendition of It to playing the shittiest Crow, which is a low bar? Brandon Lee, I think, did a phenomenal job for the writing of that movie, but it was a terrible movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's pump out some quick ones. Rest in peace for Rocksteady layoffs. Hope you guys find a good job at a place that isn't going to fire you as soon as their shareholders deem that they didn't make enough money.
Also,
hold
make
up,
a better
Suicide-
fucking game.
Yeah, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was an atrocious game. It was.
I never
was
played
not
it.
good.
I read the reviews. I saw everything. I refused to buy it
Yeah,
because
don't. It's
everything
horrible.
said it was a terrible fucking game.
I wasted my money, but got a refund. I still, even though I got a refund, I
You
still
got
felt
a
like I wasted.
refund?
Yeah, I still felt like I wasted money on it though.
Was it through Steam?
Yes.
Go Steam for giving refunds when you know the game fucking sucks. Like, shout out to y'all.
Oh yeah, no. I wrote a whole paragraph about like, man, this game's. I pretty much like in a very long formatted professional way said this was not worth the money I bought it for. I would like a refund, even though it's more than like 2 hours of gameplay or whatever.
Dude, at least it didn't bomb as hard as Concord.
Technically, we can't talk about
Yo.
Concord anymore because it doesn't exist. So you
It
know.
still
Yeah.
exists.
It doesn't. They got
Sony
taken
has
fully
said-
offline.
Sony has said that they are going to take it back and try to fix the problems with it and then re-release it.
Yeah, but right now it's taken offline. And
And
you know,
they're-
props to Sony for
doesn't
giving
mean it
everybody
doesn't
refunds.
exist.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, you can't log into Concord right now. I mean, who would want
Yeah.
to? But
Yeah.
also, I tried to reach out to the dude that was the top when I was talking to him last. Was a top 300 player in Concord? See if I can get him on the pod, and he was too trigger shy.
Oh, is he afraid of like talking shit about the bad game that Sony released?
I just think he didn't want to be on a public space, which I get.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, I understand.
We're not. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. Fair.
You know, all
But
four
again,
people
good
that
on-
watch us.
I think it's like 7 now. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just really happy that Sony was like, no, we'll give everyone that bought it their money back. Because sometimes game developers and companies will take a game away and be like, oh, we're going to bring it back in the future, and then just not give people their money back.
Very true.
Going on that, yeah, but
And I'm
Jesus,
very
bad games running rampant.
Yeah, and I'm
Oh,
very
yeah.
shocked Sony's doing it after the entire whole Helldivers debacle. I think they
Well,
learned from that.
They can't afford to lose any more people.
That is true.
Dude, the Helldivers debacle was bad. And what sucks
the-
is like the game fell on its face after we fought for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can't afford to lose any more face after that. I mean, you still have, of course, you still have all the like gung ho. Sony is the best people, but outside of that, a lot of people are pissed off at the company for what they did to Helldivers, because I fully blame a good chunk of what happened to them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the fact that their games just aren't selling as well right now, in general.
Well, it's because the console wars are over. Like Microsoft became a game publisher, not a console creator. Nintendo is
Microsoft
whatever
won.
Nintendo is whatever Nintendo is. And Sony's just kind of like, we make good RPGs that won't come out on PC for like 6 months.
And then
Yeah.
everybody will wait 6 months for it to release and then play it on PC.
Yeah.
Xbox absolutely won the console wars, and you can fight me on it in any way, shape, or form. I will die by these words.
Yep. That's why I still own, technically I still have my OG Xbox, my Xbox 360, my Xbox One, and now the new Series X. I still have all of them. And I sold, all my PlayStations. That's how.
Well,
that's how you know
and
it
they
won.
merged with PC players.
Yeah.
They just merged into one huge video game entity, and a lot of people who own decent PCs pay the $15 a month for Xbox Game Pass too.
Oh yeah.
PC Master Race.
Yep. I was gonna make the joke of that in the console wars. Xbox got like the backup from PC, and then the PC Master Race just came in with their flying ships. It was like, okay, we're winning this.
Dude, I knew PC Master Race was going to win Xbox as soon as they released Halo Combat Evolved on PC. I was like, yep, well, we're not getting very far. This is going to be like a decade, and then it's just going to become a computer.
Yep.
Mhm.
And look where we're at.
Yeah, it's going down much like the Steam machines are. Like at this point, just if you can't afford a PC, buy a Series X and then save up your pennies for a PC later.
Yeah.
And not only that, building a gaming PC gives you the ability to do a lot more than just game on your computer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the amount of things you can do with just a high-powered computer in general is off the charts compared to, just owning something that sits on a desk or a shelf and connects to your TV.
Yeah.
My Series X is primarily a Blu-ray player.
That is true. I know with my PC, because I took over editing for us, so these past few videos I've edited. So if you have any, comments or anything, leave them on YouTube or Spotify about editing.
Leave them on
with my
YouTube.
gaming,
Even
yeah,
if you don't rewatch the video, just drop a comment. We need the
we need we need the views, please.
yeah.
This is our segment of begging for views, please. But no, it makes editing and rendering and everything so fast, so much easier. So yeah, at the end of the day,
exactly.
if you can save up, I think when I originally built mine, it was about like $900 to $1,200, and that's in the higher mid range. You could build a decent mid range for a little cheaper if you want, but it unlocks so much more potential for you,
Dude.
And I think it's all going to PC anyways. Eventually, I think PlayStation's going to piddle out, or PlayStation consoles are going to piddle out, and they're going to have to make the change themselves.
Yeah.
But it's an entertainment system.
So is the Switch and the Xbox. Well, the Switch is like
Switch is not an
karaoke machine,
entertainment
but it's a lot
system.
cheaper.
The Switch is this weird amalgam.
Maybe.
I like how I'm
Depends on
talking.
your karaoke machine.
Yeah, it is insane that I have my PC, my Xbox, in the middle is the Switch, and I'm just like, I'm looking at everything, and I just see this tiny little rectangle thing. I'm like, it's okay, bud. It's okay, little bro.
One day I'll play
One
you.
day, one day. Maybe if you become 60 FPS and not shitty graphics.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I can't wait for all the Nintendo people to start yelling at me. But Pokemon, I'm like,
probably
yeah,
just going to give
Pokemon.
mine to my 4-year-old when she gets a little older.
Very true.
If you fucking break it, you break it. It's fine.
And if once they break it, I'll give you mine to give to them, because I'm like, I don't use it. Also, I still love the fact that it's $20 a year for Nintendo Online.
And before we get hate mail, not shitting on the console, not shitting on a Nintendo Switch by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, I am.
Just
Make it a fucking app for my phone. It's got more processing and graphics power. Nintendo, I would give you $100 if you made a Switch app for my phone.
So, though I agree, the three of us are not shitting on it. Pirate, back to what you were saying.
It's
Fuck
still a
Nintendo.
great. Hey, Nintendo gave me some of the golden years of my life.
I agree, but after 64, they fell hard.
Why don't
Yeah.
they just? Why don't they? I know they're like the pioneers for handhelds, but like, why don't they just make another like desktop console? Like, just make the Wii again and give me OG Wii Sports and not this BS new Wii Sports. That's kind of stupid.
Because you can get OG Wii Sports on your Switch, and you could get the same amount of players. It's essentially an upgraded model of the Wii.
Just give me a Wii then. I don't play handhelds enough to like warrant it, but
I mean,
bought
I'll
it
give you
when
a
I
Wii.
did
I'm
it.
pretty sure I have one laying around somewhere.
Oh,
No.
I could.
Fuck that, I'm buying a Wii U.
I had a Wii U.
It even has
and
the little like motion stick that
I broke the
is very flimsy.
So I owned both a Wii and a Wii U, and within a week I returned the Wii U because I broke the screen, and they wanted me to buy a whole new like the controller the Nintendo Switch controller pad thing. And I'm like, no, I'll just return it and take like $60 off of my return.
Okay.
Let's see.
What-
Brazil
what-
bans Twitter.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Dude. This is wild. I'm all about countries being able to ban apps they don't want to use. I'm actually kind of okay with it because a lot of apps are hot garbage and should be figured out. But
TikTok's likely going to be banned within the next year or so.
yeah, they've been saying that for like 3 years now.
It's going to be sold to a American shell company is what it's going to be.
It's already
Oh,
sold
they
to an
finally-
American shell
they already
company.
finally figured it out. That's dumb.
Yeah, it's been sold to an American shell company since Trump was president. But Brazil bans Twitter X. They tried to ban Starlink. And Musk was just like, no, I'm not going to turn Starlink off just over your country. Eat shit. And now they're trying to say that the space, the final frontier above Brazil is Brazilian space.
Has
I thought
Brazil been to
America won that
space?
in the wars.
No, Brazil still thinks they're the first people that created flight.
I don't think it counts if you've never been.
They were second place for flying. Like hold on, let me get the dates right. But
Yeah.
I don't think it counts unless they can get people there.
Like I understand why they want to like ban X or Twitter or whatever we want to call it now.
or you could even shoot people
But-
out from space from there.
Yeah.
Like
But
if you
also-
can't defend it, I will argue it's not yours.
Very true. Okay, so the Wright brothers flew in 1903 and flight lasted 12 seconds, 120 feet, reached top speed of 6.8 miles. Santos Dumont flew in 1906, which I don't think they're counting BC. Technically is after 1903 in
Just by a little.
what looks to be a copy of the Wright brothers plane, and said he invented man flight.
Yeah. So the Wright brothers did, then this guy did, and he's claiming it.
And Brazil is staunchly that they're the first people that did man flight. Like
So
if you say the Wright brothers did it in Brazil, they will be very grumpy.
well, aren't they just very grumpy in general? Like,
I mean, they're usually pretty happy. My time in Brazil, they were pretty happy.
I guess it depends on where you live.
I mean, fair enough.
But even then, in my experience with cultures similar to that no matter how broke they are, they're still generally happy.
The poorer countries have the happier people.
Yeah,
It's
true.
just a fact. More money, more problems.
mhm.
Yeah. The amount of generally happy people I saw in Thailand just on the daily, vastly outnumbered what I
Oh,
see
yeah.
in a much larger city in the United States.
And for all you, the 1%'s the only one happy. You're the 1%. 1% means you make more than like $8,000 a year.
Yeah, different in poorer countries, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They see you have fair colored skin and trimmed eyebrows, beards, and nails. They're just like, they're from a country that wants to buy things.
and let's rob this person.
Yeah,
That's
if
why
you look
there's
too, if
that's
you
why
look too
there's the
well
foreigner
manicured, you
tax.
might get robbed. Or if you
Yeah.
look like a trick.
That's why
Sexy
there's the
side.
foreigner tax in some poorer countries. Like, oh, you look very well kept. This $5 thing is now $10 for you.
Yeah, but
Right.
other countries you can haggle anything.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
No, I
You
spent
can
time.
bribe. You can bribe the cops.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I spent time in the Middle East. I know all about haggling and bargaining. So yeah.
But they're still fun countries to visit.
They are.
Don't look like you could easily be robbed.
Or just don't
I
be
don't-
easily robbed.
Or
Very
don't be
true.
easily robbed. If you
Yeah.
can look the way, just don't let yourself be robbed easily.
Yeah.
I've only ever been robbed once, so I guess I don't
I
look
got-
easily robbed.
I got jumped. I don't think I've never gotten robbed when I was overseas.
I'm not talking overseas. This was in Florida.
I've never been
I
robbed
think-
here. I've had my car broken into.
No,
but
you
nothing ever
weren't.
taken.
You weren't with me.
No.
Old
I've
memory.
de-
Was
Yeah,
it
I've
when
definitely-
you had that rack 'em up?
No, this was outside of the apartment complex you lived in, and I was with the three sisters and our personal silent Bob that wasn't so silent, and Devin, because fuck him, he deserves to be doxxed. Hope he dies in a fire. But yeah, we got robbed at gunpoint, and they stole like $8.
Oh shit!
Damn. I never been like robbed, but I definitely had my car broken into.
I've had my
The
car
weird-
broken into a bunch of times.
Yeah.
A bunch of times. I am surprised I've never been robbed. To be honest, I have been very, very fucked up and inebriated in very sketchy places around this planet.
Well, you're
And
just
this
such a
country.
nice and good guy. So like, who would want to rob a nice and good guy?
Yeah, he
Oh,
wasn't
well,
always like that. Let's
Yeah.
clear the air. there's a large chunk of DreadPirate's time where he was very robbable.
Oh, absolutely. And I,
Oh man,
and
so
I at points when the drunker I got, the more of a douchebag I became. So
Oh, man.
sometimes it's like it probably happened because I was drunk. My bad.
not true flashback memory because it happened over the weekend. Kain and I decided to whip out Kane's old gaming card collection, and
I
found
saw the
out.
picture.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude,
then-
it was weird.
yeah. But then that made me rewind because then started looking at older pictures, and I found he showed me an older picture of you, pirate. I'm like, that does not look like you. You had it. There
When
was
I had no hair.
yeah, and you looked like how did I describe it, Kane?
Uh, basic white bitch in less words.
I did not say bitch, but yeah, you looked like the very if you could describe a generic white boy, that's how you looked. I believe is what I said.
Mind you, if you can't tell, if you're listening on Spotify, DreadPirate's not white. I just wanna
not
make this
whatsoever.
known.
No. He is not. It's just there's like that. It's like kind of when puberty hits, there's like a change. Like yeah.
Yes, puberty totally changes your race.
It
It
took
depends on the race you are.
it took
but
me a
yeah.
while to figure myself out growing up, man.
I got you.
Um,
Had to
Yeah.
date all the wrong women. I was like, I'm slowly figuring it out.
that's part of life, man. You gotta date some weirdos before you can figure out what you like.
Listen, you got it.
Everybody has that one crazy, and it's not about if you have, it's when you have at least one crazy.
I was like, I could
At
start
least-
naming them if you want.
For
at
the
least the one crazy.
Yeah. For the podcast listeners, Kane held up 5 fingers if you're just listening to the audio.
Yeah, I think I've had about 5 crazy ones.
Yeah. I've been lucky.
I've had definitely more than that.
I think
one
I've had
one main crazy though.
Yeah, you had
Oh.
like the fucking end boss of crazy for a minute there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've had a super
The
crazy
sex
one,
was
but I've
out of
had
this
one.
world though.
That's
what
the problem.
sucks you
That's
in,
the
man.
problem, man.
Figuratively and literally.
Every time you try to get away, you're just like, fuck. And it
Exactly.
just sucks you right back in.
Yeah.
I had to go to the opposite side of the planet to get away.
Yeah, then you came back and you found a new kind of crazy.
You know, you got to trip and skin your knee a couple of
True.
times. At one
Truthful-
point, you'll get scars that will like heal over.
Truthfully, at this point, I don't know if I'm going to come back when I leave.
I mean,
Every time I come back, I meet a new kind of crazy, and it might just be how this place is.
that's Florida, man.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the country. I'm like, wait, why are you leaving again? But Florida, yeah, get out as soon as you
No,
can.
not the country. I mean, I love America. I don't like all the things it does and
Bro,
everything about it, but I love my country.
I don't know, man. I was looking at houses in Japan right next to Mount Fuji for like 10 grand.
There was
I
one
was
he
looking
found
at
for
those
$5
same
grand.
houses, some of those same houses, because somehow did you see it on like a targeted ad on your social media?
Yes.
So did I, and I don't know where it came from. I have never looked at houses in Japan.
Did
Never even looked at what the flight prices to Japan might be.
There,
did you look up breeding visa?
What?
it
have you ever
might be because
researched
you looked up breeding
Japan
visa.
breeding visa? Because we talked about it
I
on the
did
podcast.
not look up. I might have looked up breeding.
We
visa.
looked it up on the all of us all 5 of us individually looked it up on the podcast all at the same time to talk about it. So that's why we're getting targeted ads. But also, I can build up $5,000 pretty quickly to buy a house. It will take me like a month, if that.
And I can't get a
have it-
breeding
I-
visa, so
I have it in my bank.
Yeah,
it's fair.
that's
I mean,
fair.
buy some property in Japan. We'll have a summer home.
Yeah,
I mean, I
and
might.
then we all pay like $500 for breeding visas, except you, Kain, because you can't.
and honestly, some of those houses that are going for a cheap comparatively, like way cheap comparatively to here for like 30 grand, are still look pretty nice.
Yeah.
Well, they're selling so
run down.
cheap. I went down the rabbit hole. They're selling so cheap
Okay.
because a majority of Japan's populace wants to live in the city. And
Oh, true. And they
These-
are all out in the sticks and shit.
yeah, these are all out in the sticks. So
the
they're-
countryside. Yeah.
they're selling for super
Same-
cheap
same
because
thing.
they've been sitting for
Yeah.
5-10 years.
Yeah.
But like their
Which-
houses are made of paper, so it can't be that hard to fix.
Yeah, we'll just run down. We just literally pack a bunch of parchment paper and they'll fix it.
Yeah.
It's bad that like every
I'm-
time we talk about this, the more and more serious I'm thinking, yeah, it'd work. It'd be fine.
Dude, we could rule that country.
Yeah. It's also easier to become I believe it's easier to become a citizen if you own property there instead of like having to go and then have to
And-
get a sponsor for an apartment, which costs you a lot of money, and then you have to open it. It's like this whole like
And we can get our dream cars as teenagers for dirt cheap.
oh yeah. Wait, is there one on the? You said next to Mount Fuji?
Yeah, the
There's a
$10,000
whole bunch
one.
all over the country.
Yeah, we get one on the mountainside, and we just relive Initial D. Which I'm still upset at Crunchyroll. Fuck you, Crunchyroll. But I also love you.
What are
They took they took Initial D off without warning.
Oh, that's fucked.
I was halfway through the first season. I was so fucking upset. I was like, "Oh, that's the big race," and fucking.
There's a lot of big races. It is. If you've never watched Initial D and you are in any way, shape, or form a car guy or girl
Watch
or
it.
anything in between, watch Initial D. It is such a great car person show to watch because they do get into the details of like why cars act like this, what is going on, and what I love about the show is that when they talk about things on the engine or the suspension, they give a close up of that part of the engine or suspension that they're talking about and what it's doing. And
Yeah.
overall, it's a super engaging show. Highly recommend. One of my favorite animes, easily just not one of my favorite action animes.
And
So-
I will be.
You can be grumpy about it, but Han from Fast and the Furious is the reason that they pulled it off of Crunchyroll.
What?
He bought the rights to make a new live action Initial D.
I'm here for it.
As long as Vin Diesel's not in it and nobody says family, I'm happy.
Wait, you know, I'm actually really down for it. Yeah. And what I was going to say
That's-
is, as someone that I would say I'm like half a car person or car bot. Just because I like it, but I don't fully understand it. It is a good show just to get into if you want to learn a little more and still have some fun without having to watch, like
It is because
YouTube
nothing they
videos.
talk about is untrue in like to what they're talking about it for. It's all legit information.
Yeah. And the car sounds are perfect because they recorded them from those actual built cars.
Hmm. And the way the cars look for the animation of the '90s, they did such a phenomenal job at making those cars look pristine and just like they did in real life.
Yeah. No, they definitely did. I miss last bunch of times I was in Japan because I had the honor of living in a country close to it. Could take a ferry there. I went to check out the initial D sim games where you're like sitting in the car.
Yeah,
word?
were they good?
Yeah, and the car moves and they got the computer screens in the windshield and it was pretty good. I enjoyed myself.
It's really cool. I would do that. I still need to find a working Initial D race arcade somewhere around me.
They're really hard to find. I've almost bought one multiple times in my life. And like now that I have the room for it,
If I had the room, I would definitely buy one.
listen man,
And I would.
buy it, ship it to my house, and then you have a reason to come visit.
Let me see how much one is. Because I would absolutely come over, come visit you and play that the entire time.
Let's see. Rings of Power 2, Travesty.
Don't watch it.
yeah.
Never watched the first season.
What?
Don't plan on watching the second season.
I watched the first season and I'm watching the second season.
Was
Don't
okay.
tell me you like that garbage.
I don't hate it.
That's fair. It is not Tolkien though. That's my issue
it's,
with it.
It's not Tolkien.
From what
I don't hate it because it is the stories of how the rings came to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say from what I heard, they had rights to the character names, but not the story.
Some of it's
So-
stupid. Some of the characters are dumb and annoying. One thing I am excited and super happy about in the second season of Rings of Power that is still to this day one of my biggest gripes as someone who read the books and knows the difference in the movies and the books. They're finally introducing Tom Bombadil to the story.
Worst part of the book.
Oh, fuck off. I like the character.
The character
This-
was cool. Worst part of the book.
And
Yeah,
this
fair
is
enough.
where we go from 4 listeners and viewers to 2 because you just isolated half of the Lord of the Rings fans.
I mean, he had a short stint in it, but he's how they got the swords that they carried, not Aragorn, and B, he was just a jolly god they met in the middle of the forest.
I'm pro Lord of the Rings. I'm anti Amazon's Lord of the Rings. Like after seeing what Disney did to Star Wars, which has single-handedly made me not a Star Wars fan. Which is hard because like I have lightsabers, nice ones. But like I can't say I'm a Star Wars fan anymore. I don't even get excited when they're like, "We're doing this new Star Wars thing." I'm like, "Yay, more garbage, fun." They're doing the same thing to Lord of the Rings. Although there is hope. The Lord of the Rings animated should be good.
But yeah, but that's
should be
because they have access to the rights of like the anime of the appendices, I believe.
Yeah, they're doing the
So they can tell all
appendices.
the cool things.
Or like the Silmarillion and everything.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping. I'm pretty okay with them taking creative liberty on the Silmarillion because that was the ranting of a crazy man. The Silmarillion was hard to get through.
It was very difficult to read.
Honestly, if like pussy wasn't my motivation to read those books, I probably would have not finished any of them.
I think that's the biggest
Back to
flex
crazy
somebody could have as a
girlfriends.
nerd.
Back to crazy girlfriends.
Everything devolves or rotates back to having a crazy girlfriend or boyfriend.
I was
depending
hooking
on
up
how
with
you
a
swing.
girl who absolutely fucking loved Lord of the Rings, and she was crazy.
Yeah.
So
I-
okay.
Fair.
I would argue
Is that a red flag? Is
if
loving the Lord of the Rings a red flag?
Is it their entire personality? Like, is it? Like,
no,
do
you
they-
can't argue that because Harry Potter is like 80% of bitches' entire personality.
And they're crazy. I'm sorry. If a theme park or like a specific show is like just, and when I say your entire personality, I mean your entire personality, not I'm a super fan and I really love it. I mean like legit your personality. I'm sorry. That is a red flag.
I knew a girl that got Daniel Radcliffe. Is it Daniel Radcliffe? He played Harry Potter, right? Yeah.
Yes, Daniel
That
Radcliffe.
got Daniel Radcliffe tattooed above her pussy because she loved Harry Potter so much.
You mean
Yeah,
Guns-
see,
Guns
that's a
Akimbo,
big red
dude?
flag.
Huh?
Guns Akimbo, dude.
This was pre Guns Akimbo.
Yeah, that is a
Wait,
red
wait,
flag.
wait. Which Daniel Radcliffe? Are we talking year 1 Daniel Radcliffe? Are we talking
No.
year
Daniel
7
Radcliffe or
Daniel
adult?
Radcliffe?
Year 7 Daniel Radcliffe.
Okay.
And it was
Okay.
actually a really good tattoo for it being like maybe 6 square inches. I think she paid almost $1,500 for it, which is crazy because she was hot. One, which the tattoo artist tattooing pussy, if you're hot, you get a discount. It's just basically automatic. And 2, like, she was definitely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to be crazy to get a celebrity's face tattooed on you anywhere.
If you're gonna get a
Yeah.
Harry Potter tattoo, get one of the book illustrations. Don't get Daniel Radcliffe.
It is a fantasy world. There's 1,000,001 things you could do with that,
Or ju-
and it's still be noticeably Harry Potter.
Or
than
just
any
do
of
what
the
every
individual
or just do what
characters.
every basic person does and just get the Deathly Hallows tattooed on you.
No,
Like every, that's it. That's. I will argue that's a crazy bitch tattoo.
It is. That's why I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
Fun-
as long as we're
fun
on the same
thought
page with this
experiment.
one.
fun thought
Uh-huh.
experiment.
Oh,
If
God.
you're a furry and you're into Harry Potter, do you get what's his name? Third book, the uncle or the Godfather.
Sirius
why?
Black.
Oh,
Sirius Black. Do you get Sirius Black tattooed on you?
well, which
Or-
side are you doing? The
Wolf
human
form
or
or
the
human form?
Yeah, that's the question.
Either, both, yes.
Well, if you're a furry, it has to
Half
be
and
the
half
wolf
if you're a
form.
furry.
Half and half.
Yeah. Which
Question: Yeah. Are you going vertically or horizontally with your cut?
I'm just
I'm
thinking
top
about
half
the
or bottom half. How are you trying to go down there?
Hey, don't hate on us,
Uh.
fellow Wookiees, my man. Like my tattoos
Oh,
are
man.
awesome, but they're covered in a blurring fur. Okay, so
It's no Wookiee hate, I promise.
PayPal.
Man, this has been a great episode.
PayPal's allowing crypto exchange within PayPal now.
It
Fun
was only
fact.
It was only a
It
matter
was
of time.
yeah. Congrats.
You know,
Cool.
I'm
Okay.
surprised it took this long.
I am too.
Also, there's one of the crypto wallets is starting to charge if you have not been using it in a while, which it got a bunch of people to remember that they had stuff in this crypto wallet. Some dude found like $300,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Where?
working
What?
in his crypto wallet.
Just some shit he bought way back when and it blew up.
He said he bought it when crypto was below 10,000, or he mined it when crypto was below 10,000, and then he forgot about it because his computer broke. And then when he got the email saying, "Hey, we're gonna start charging you $6 a month if you don't start using our thing," he went in and was like, "Holy shit, I can buy a house!" And then immediately pulled all of his money out of the wallet, converted it to USD, and went and bought a house, just straight cash.
Good for him.
His tax
Good for him.
return or his taxes are going to be insane because 30% of that has to go to the federal government. But you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Set up a payment plan. Use it as instead of mortgage.
Yeah, good for him though.
Yeah.
That'd be a lovely thing to just randomly fall back
Right?
into.
I checked
do
and
you
I
get-
had like 40 cents in there.
Sad. Do you guys remember the story? And it was like this huge. For me, it was on Reddit, but I think it was also before Reddit's time, like early Reddit, of the dude that had like hundreds of thousands, if not million, in like crypto on like a password encoded flash drive, and he only had like a couple attempts left before it like fully wiped the thing and locked it out.
Yeah.
Did he lose it all?
Yes.
Oh no.
Sucks. That
Yeah.
sucks.
He had it password encrypted with a dead switch on a certain amount of failures, and he paid an absorbent amount of money to have someone try to break into it, and it just did not work. Which, okay, I am not a software recovery guru, but get into the bits. you can access a hard drive and just look at like the ones and zeros and figure out what your crypto is and what looks like crypto and pull it from there.
Maybe that was the problem. Maybe he somehow hid it. But I'm also not a tech person. I'm just
I
made
don't
of
know.
it.
I don't know much about any of that.
That's fair.
But sad for that guy.
Yeah.
you know.
No, there's
That does suck.
it
Did he get
happens
his-
more
like,
often than you think.
Do you think they gave him a refund for not
No.
doing it?
They
No.
didn't I think they initially charged him, but yeah, I think they refunded him afterwards because it became a big Reddit thing and a bunch of people were down for it and a bunch of people were trying.
Mm-hmm.
First time ever Reddit didn't solve anything. Sarcasm.
And there goes the other two viewers.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Is it time for sex robots?
No. Because I want to be here for this and pizza's here, so I'm getting ready to let you two talk. You two talk. I'll be back with pizza.
Okay.
Oh wow, just gonna leave us here.
I'm gonna bring you
Alright.
pizza.
Okay. Thanks. Great. Awesome. So
So have you seen the Black Ops 6 movement mechanics?
I haven't, but haven't they always been omnidirectional? Haven't they always been 8-point?
Not like this.
Alright. Is there a video I can pull up to see?
Let me look it up really quick.
Alright.
You could probably do it faster than me, honestly.
I was gonna
using
say
my
I see a
laptop and shit.
12-minute video from I think Tactical Brit's a better one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, people are well.
alright,
People are fucking hating it, and just choosing not to play the game because of it.
But
on
like
top of the beta is already
isn't it gonna be like a
complete-
300 gigs or something?
yeah, something like that, man. But supposedly, and also like apparently, the beta is just completely overrun with cheaters right now.
Well, yeah, that's gonna happen with every Call of Duty game.
This is true. That's just kind of how they run. But
What-
from what I've read, and it's something that I
Is it you can sprint backwards? Is that what I'm
Ye-
just? Is that the big thing? That was in Advanced Warfare, wasn't it?
I didn't play Advanced Warfare, bro.
Sorry, but keep talking as I'm watching this video. Oh my god.
No, you're good, man. But yeah, another big thing. I would be willing to pick up the game and play if it got a discount because I'm not gonna buy a Call of Duty game full price.
No, it will never
Okay,
be at
none-
it
Not-
won't be
not
at a
since-
discount.
Not since I bought Modern Warfare 2. Great, love Modern Warfare 2, worth the money. And then when
There-
3 came out, I
there-
stopped playing it,
There are still older Call of Duty games that are not discounted.
which is insane. Y'all love this game way too much. It's a good game. It's not that good.
Fair. But all he's doing is sprinting backwards. That's all it is.
And it's
That's
supposedly
all
with
it
the,
is.
but also you're there. I'm talking about. I've seen videos where the crazy jumping mechanics make it difficult to hit.
Yeah, they just
'Cause
made
it's-
they just made Advanced Warfare on an advanced system. Because you
Like, I
used to
don't-
be able to like wall run and like jump dive. Like if you were good, like I think they made it easier for people because this was in the game if you were good at it.
I don't fucking know. I again never played Hardpoint. I actually enjoyed that one, but
Yeah.
I
But no,
digress.
like it is a new feature for accessibility for everybody. But I know barring the sprinting backwards, I've known professionals that can do this.
Yeah, but you're talking about they're making it easier to just for like the everyday player
For
to do it
everybody.
now.
Yeah, like
I see what
sprinting-
you're
like
saying.
the dolphin dive and like the side, like because you wouldn't technically side dive, but you could like dolphin dive, and then if you're good enough, you were good at reflexes, you could aim to the side at the same time.
Oh, gotcha,
you know,
gotcha. Okay.
It is interesting. I'm glad they're doing it. Where do they show? They showed the jump a little. I'm like fast forwarding through this video.
Oh, you're good, man.
If you any listeners, just look up Black Ops 6 omnidirectional movement gameplay and go to like the Tactical Brit or something. And yeah, that's
But yeah,
yeah.
so that people are not enjoying that. The people who have been playing the beta,
Mhm.
on top of course the big hacking that's going on right now.
Yeah, but
and
there's always
then-
big hackers and betas,
that's
especially
just
Call of
because
Duty.
It's that fucking game. People love doing it.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
I'm going to say a controversial thing.
uh-huh.
In closed and open betas, I think it's a good thing because it allows the developers to better fine tune their anti-cheat system.
This is true.
But
And that's the whole purpose of a beta, is to
yeah,
help you
but
fine tune the game.
but also knowing Activision, they're not going to tune their anti-cheat system.
Absolutely not.
So it's a
Because
bad thing.
there's work so great.
Oh, 100%.
So
Totally.
great.
And the guy that's like spin hacking with his sniper rifle all the way in like his spawn and killing everybody like thousands of meters away. It's totally real. And he's
Or the
doing
movement tracking through walls and shit. And,
oh yeah, easy. You know.
And aimbotting everything, shooting up in the air and it hitting everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of the videos of the
Or
way people cheat and shit.
Yeah, or the true like shooting through walls, because Call of Duty has like that kind of collateral damage, but like the pure like I'm gonna shoot through the wall and headshot you. Like this is
Sometimes
like
you can shoot through
CS:GO.
fucking walls. Sometimes you have a powerful enough gun. I get
Yeah,
it.
but doing it with a pistol, which is not a big enough and powerful gun, that's when
Yeah,
it's like
you ain't
that's
shooting
when
through
it's a
no
little
concrete
sketch.
wall with the fucking pistol.
Yeah, hackers.
Not concrete. Drywall, yes.
Thank you.
Oh, the Kain has come back as we're talking about guns.
Well, I think
Nice.
Chads and Brads have proven that you can go through drywall pretty easily.
Kyle's too.
Yeah.
Kyle's will punch through. Actually, Kyle's prove you can punch through concrete if you're good enough. You just have to drink like six monsters.
Monsters, get it right, sir.
Yeah, 6 monsters.
Don't
and your
down
mom
Red Bull like that. It's not great either, but it's definitely not Monster.
No, Red Bull is for the partiers that want to drink like vodka Red Bulls and like die in a car accident.
No, and vodka Red Bulls are only for people who are too afraid to do cocaine.
And then die in
Very
a car
true.
accident.
If you die in a car accident on cocaine, you got other issues. There was some preconceived problems there.
I'm talking about vodka Red Bulls. If you know, I work in the drug rehab industry. I was about to say technically both, but on the rehab side. So yeah, I've heard stories and seen some wicked things.
We've all
But
worked
yeah.
in the drug industry.
Yeah. But no,
I don't know what you're talking about. I know I'm an upstanding citizen.
Turn your camera on and say that
pizza.
with a straight. Turn your camera on and say that with a straight face,
No, I'm good.
and then I'll believe you. Yeah.
Okay. Going back to what we were talking about.
The omnidirectional movement. What's your opinions? Because I think I kind of just like overtook everything.
I I think it's great for people who run PC.
Oh, that's right. How's it going to do on controller?
I think they're going to have to adjust a lot of gaming mechanics to make it work well on a controller. But either way, I'm here for it. I like playing games. I like learning new things.
Yeah.
I will eventually have to probably start running on a keyboard and mouse when I eventually get a good keyboard and mouse. But
I was gonna say, if you're gonna do that, might as well just like save up for a computer.
yeah, but that at the point I'm gonna get a good keyboard and mouse, I'm just gonna start building my desktop.
I'll also say you got to be careful if you're going to try to use a keyboard and mouse on a console, because that can be a ban. It can.
No, it's supported by Microsoft.
Is it supported now? Because
I don't play on
I
consoles.
used to.
I play on my computer. I play on my laptop.
Okay. All right. I was about to say. I know on consoles people tried and they got banned because it looked like you were zimming when you were just like legitimately just plugging a keyboard.
I mean,
No, Microsoft provided support when the Series X came out.
Oh, good.
But what I am excited for Black Ops 6, from what I've heard, is that they are focusing a lot more on the story mode than they have in the previous, 20 years.
Well, because the last couple story modes were re-rinses of previous stories.
Yeah, and before that, since the pretty much the original stories of these games, they haven't had a good storyline at all for the most part, unless I enjoyed Hardline, but I enjoyed Hardline because Hardline was made to be a single player game that you could go online with.
Wait, was Hardline Call of Duty or was that Battlefield? What am I thinking of?
I'm thinking Battlefield. Sorry.
Okay,
you're good. So yeah, then none of the fucking Call of Duty storylines were anything but hot garbage.
Okay. Black Ops storyline was good, and the original Modern Warfare. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
gonna lie.
but
I'm not
since
gonna lie.
those are early 2000s.
Yeah, since like the early 2000s, Call of Duty has kind of been eh.
Yeah, they focus so
I
hard on online play that they just let their story modes go to shit.
yeah, I'm gonna say it, and I could get a lot of hate, and it's fine. When Call of Duty Ghost came out and they changed zombies to aliens, that was the start of the downfall.
Take me back to World at War zombie mode before the internet really got
You're not
truly got
wrong.
involved.
I still remember going over to my friend's place, playing World at War Zombies, and us just infinitely rolling to get the Wonder Waffle, the Thunder Gun. And then at midnight, I got such a bad migraine and headache from playing that my parents, and I was in elementary school. My parents had to come pick me up at like midnight because I was not feeling super well.
As you might not after drinking that much soda and playing that many video games.
Yeah.
I knew you were drinking soda. You didn't have to tell me.
I was what
It
in
might have been game fuel if you were old
second-
enough.
No, I was in like second, maybe third grade.
I think that's when Game Fuel came out, was when you were in second, maybe third grade.
Maybe. But no, honestly, it was
Yeah.
drinking. It was honestly, it was probably like less of drinking a lot of soda. It was just like not drinking anything and then got dehydrated.
They
And
need
then
to
his
bring
parents
balls back.
got. Just go to Micro Center.
You said they need to bring balls back?
Yeah, they need to sell it at more places than Micro Center.
I was about to say, I thought you could get it at Micro Center.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like an
can
hour
you-
drive.
Can you order? Does Micro Center deliver?
No,
You can order balls off their website
you could order balls off Amazon.
and on Amazon. You can order anything off Amazon.
Is it
Just
the
like-
glass bottles? Yeah.
Just like
For
a
the
sex
three
robot.
of you that understand, you could also order Rippets off Amazon. By the case.
I think more than 3 people understand Rippets.
The 3 people
if-
that are listening that understand.
Oh, fair. Fair.
You could also order
It's-
sex robots online. And now they argue.
Really?
So this is a topic that I read about a couple days ago, and I forgot to add it to the doc until just today.
I added it. You're
Yeah, I
welcome.
didn't even really add it. The AI did. So what is it? Sally? I think it's Sally. It's not the real
Susan.
dolls. Susan. It's not the real dolls. It's their big competitor. Added AI to their doll so that you can like talk to it and have a true waifu. And now if you're mean to your sex doll, it will tell you no, it does not want sex. And then if you effectively rape your sex toy, which we need to blur the rape part because rape is a bad word.
And we need to keep blurring it and blur. Okay, hold up. You want to restart your sentence? Because I'll just
No,
cut this part.
no. I demand beeps.
It's just going to be
But-
you lose, sir.
If you grape your sex doll, it will report you to the main server that it runs off of.
Gonna tie it to a radiator and grape it.
What? Now the thing is like, what happens? Does it like... Can you get in trouble?
So I'm not. I think they just ban you from purchasing accessories and new lips because apparently that's a thing that needs to be replaced.
Well, after so many uses, you know.
I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah, but it's one of those like lips and hands are on sex dolls are the most replaced portion. I get the
Hands?
lips. I don't get the hands.
I don't
Sometimes they want a hand job and not, you know.
just sit on it.
But
Sit
at
on your
that point,
hand.
it's a Dutch rudder because you got to move the arm. It's not like it's a robot.
Or, you know, I had a friend.
This is
that-
gonna go so bad.
This
so
is about,
fast.
This
We're
this is about to
It's
get
so
interesting.
This is why I'm not going to name the friend or where I met them, how I met them. But I have a friend here that the way they would do it is they would pretty much curl the hand into the shape and then just literally just hump it instead of like doing a Dutch rudder.
Okay.
I don't know how
Yeah.
I'd feel about just like
Yeah.
at what point in this don't you just look down and like
So-
think to yourself, what am I doing with my life?
So hand jobs are bullshit anyway because I can do it better
Yeah,
than
I-
anybody else can.
Yeah, don't come at me with a hand job. I can
Yeah.
always do it better and it will take less time. And I can move on with my day.
Hand job is like D tier sex move. But like having your not
Nice.
animatronic sex doll give you a hand job takes you straight to F.
That's a little weird to me. You've got other holes, and until recently, they don't say no.
Right?
Um, and
I
you
need
bought it for a
timestamp
specific
when you
purpose.
said all
Why?
that.
Why use the fucking hand?
Yeah.
You didn't buy it. Did you? If you bought it for that, now if I will understand if somebody uses it for the feet. I get it. I've met foot fetish people in my life. I don't understand it, but you know what? Do them. They were always very nice. Which I would, but again, I would understand if you use the feet. That's a legit thing. But
Yeah.
the
I don't
hands,
know. Maybe.
Is it like down there with like the armpit people?
That's.
I don't want to hate on the armpit people because
We don't kink shame here.
Yeah.
But I don't. Again, I don't understand it. I will leave it at that.
I kink shame. Necrophilia is a shame. Is a kink that I shame.
That's fair. That's valid.
And like I read a weird article about some lady that came out of a coma and had 3 kids while she was in the coma. That's like find the
rape?
fathers, torture them, and kill them kind of
That's-
time.
That's
It's grape.
great shit.
Dude, fucking okay. 1 hour, an hour, 6 minutes. Hey, Kain,
the
you wanna
grapening.
edit
The
Hey,
great
Kain, do you wanna edit this one?
I'll edit this one.
We could do it together because we
At
still
that
have
point,
to
it's
edit last
definitely
week's.
considered inappropriate, and we'll stick with that one. And yeah, I'd fucking say castrate all of them.
Yeah, which is it's really fucked up because it is almost no, I don't want to say commonplace, but it's a thing that happens more than you would like to think with prolonged comatose patients. Is like they're kept in like a whole other area of the hospital that like no one really visits except for like the
No.
nurses and doctors to check up on them.
Fuck it, that's one step away from necrophilia. Castrate them.
Yeah. No,
Having
I'm
used
not
to work-
disagreeing.
Having used to work at a cemetery, it's more common than most people think for the necrophilia thing as well. It's
What's
sad, but it
I-
is a thing that
I-
happens.
I want to know. God, this fucking reminds me of Clerks, and I hate it.
You
Talking
shouldn't
about
hate that. That should not be a line you ever say.
Necrophilia.
Yeah,
Lay
But,
back
like-
and crack open a cold one.
Jesus.
We're keeping that silence in. By the way, I would love to like talk to like an actual necrophiliac and kind of get to understand why.
Find one for the
They're
show.
coming out.
We can question them.
Are we just gonna do a kinks episode to where like where we get just different
Our-
ones that we think are cool?
But yeah,
I miss the
So,
nights at
don't
Gate
grape
gas
your
station.
sex robot. I do
Yeah.
miss the nights at Gate gas station. Going through like 3 packs of cigarettes an 8-hour shift. We weren't even working.
We didn't even work there.
What is this, Clerks? I'm not even supposed to be here today.
We kind of
Yes.
did live like clerks.
Yes.
We kind of lived like Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh wait, who's Randall?
At the time, probably me, because I did not have a good sense of things, and I would say a lot of stupid shit.
That's all I need to know. And just anyone that listens and hasn't watched the movie, just watch the movie and then you'll understand.
Watch Clerks, Clerks 2, Clerks 3 if you're really feeling frisky, and then everything else from Kevin Smith.
Still haven't watched
Except-
Clerks 3. Don't want to cry.
Except Moose Jaws.
Yeah, you're
Except
gonna
Moose Jaws. Don't watch Moose Jaws. It doesn't look good.
No, Tusk is definitely his worst movie.
Okay, I still haven't watched that one, so you don't have to watch that, I guess.
Man, whenever you say Tusk, I just think of Dota 2 because of the character.
Tusk is about a Hannibal Lecter like serial killer that turns another person into a walrus through not pain-free surgery.
So almost human centipede, but different animal.
Shock horror, yes,
Yeah. Human Centipede was a different kind of extreme.
but still shock horror.
I only watched like the first like 30 minutes of Human Centipede before I'm like, this is stupid. I don't want to scar my mind with this stupid movie, and then walked away.
Yeah, Human Centipede can be rough. It's worth a watch, especially because you're not going to really understand what's going on in the second one unless you watch all of the first one. And spoilers, the second one is in the world of the second movie. The first one was a movie, and a dude watched the movie and then decided that he wanted to do it in real life.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't watched either of them. Teeth, though, that's another fun one.
Is that the one with Megan Fox?
Teeth? No, that is Jennifer's Body.
That's Jennifer's Body.
Her
Thank
weird
you.
thumb. She's got a
No,
weird
Teeth
thumb,
was
man.
the one about with which I would not recommend watching at too young of an age because it will traumatize you to some of the better joys in life.
All right, I'm looking up teeth.
When the pussy bites your tongue.
No, but that was like the whole Jennifer's Body
Great-
thing, wasn't it?
Great explanation. No, she just murdered them. If I remember correctly. But Teeth was literally about just this girl had teeth in her vagina and she could use them when she wanted to. So the whole movie's about her biting dicks off, essentially.
Damn.
Jess Wixler. That's the main character, and she looks like she was born with fetal alcohol syndrome.
We're just like hating on. We're just like fucking calling people out there.
No, I have this weird superpower where, like, if you have an extra chromosome, I can tell. I don't
Would you like to?
I don't know.
I was gonna make a joke, but I don't want to make the joke.
I have gotten more than one of my friends to be like, hey, you should probably get checked to see if you're autistic or something. And they've come back with an actual diagnosis that was useful to their life. But we are at time.
Oh,
So-
sad.
We can talk about Bungie fired a dude, a senior director for misconduct.
He was
Yay.
making advances on women that didn't want the advances.
Yeah, don't try to sleep with people that don't want to sleep with you. That's creepy.
Yeah, going back to the
So-
entire. Yeah, just don't be a creep and don't grape. You know,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I'm a huge fan of the chase, but not that kind of chase.
You're a grown ass adult. You should be able to figure out when.
And we lost him.
Is it time to call?
It's time to call. He is frozen.
Well, he is 100% frozen. Hope it's gonna be real scary when his audio catches up. One giant like. But yeah. Again, be a good, decent human being. If you need help, reach out to the people you can trust, and if you can't, reach out to a professional. Telehealth is a thing if you need.
Also, you can reach out to homeless people. They're a wealth of knowledge. And they
Yeah,
care.
just-
And they just want to talk most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
They
bad,
are.
Kat.
They are nice. You are just your camera.
There you go. His camera's
There
there.
you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you know, contact us if you have an interesting topic that you want to talk about, or you want to potentially join for a little segment of our podcast. You can contact us at TheDepthsofJigoku@gmail.com. Of course, in the description, all this is listed, so you can always find us Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, and Twitch at The Depths of Jigoku. Twitch, we might start setting up like weekly random streams, or if we want to, we stream and you get to see the entirety of this level bullshit show is without the edits, or just us playing video games or hosting shitty movie night. You know,
Shitty movie night's going to be fun. I'm saving
That's
The
gonna be-
Crow
that's
for
gonna be so
shitty
much
movie
fun.
night.
yeah. But yeah, any final words, remarks?
Don't stick your dick in places that they don't want to get stuck in.
Yeah.
It's not about if you get crazy. It's when you get crazy.
We're all crazy.
Yeah. Just be safe, have fun, and love yourself and treat yourself how you would like to be treated. Everybody have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Well, guys.
Houston, I'm getting a little fluctuation in the AC voltage now. Roger. 50 meter maybe, huh? Stand by. Looking good. You're still looking good. It's coming up 3 minutes.